Hi, I'm Amy Hannon, and nothing thrills me more than people and food. I'm a preacher's wife, a mom of 3, and I own my own specialty kitchen store. I've kept an open door and a well-stocked fridge, which means I have fed a lot of mouths over the years. So welcome to my kitchen. This is Cooking Today. Hi there. Happy Banana Cream Pie Day. Did you know there was a day just for banana cream pie? I did. I love food holidays. I keep a little list of them on my calendar because I have certain foods I love, and there's got to be a reason to make it all right, and today's the day. It's Banana Cream Pie Day. I love that, don't you? This is the easiest banana cream pie recipe ever, and what I love so much about it is that it's actually a pie that makes 2. So you can keep one and give one, which I really love, to be able to share food, because you know food is love. And so it's really nice to be able to make one for you to eat and have your family to, snack on. And then the other one that you can send to somebody who could use a little pick-me-up, might need to, feel special that day. And I bet you'll always know that there's somebody in your circle who could use a little treat, right? Okay, so we're gonna get going. I'll tell you right away that you could use a store-bought crust if you would like to, but we are gonna actually make a really simple shortbread crust. And what I have here is in this little baggie, this 1-gallon baggie, I actually have 2 packages of shortbread cookies. They're Pepperidge Farm. I have 2 packages of these, and I'm gonna break them up with my rolling pin. And you could also do this in a food processor if you wanted to. I just personally, I really don't love using a food processor. I really don't like the blades. I really don't love having to clean it. And this is super easy to make. I'm gonna make myself a little more room to roll since I've got all kinds of stuff going on. And these are just shortbread cookies. I like a shortbread crust. You could do this with vanilla wafers. We've got our oven preheated. I don't know if you heard it, but it beeped at us. You could do it with vanilla wafers. You could actually do a graham cracker crust if you would like to, but what we're going for is 3 cups of crumbs. And I am just using my fun little rolling pin with the moving part in the middle. Some rolling pins are just the dowels, but on this one, I actually like the part that rolls. It makes it a little easier. And I'm just going over these shortbreads until they're really nice and fine. And then what else I have going for this crust is 12 tablespoons of melted butter. Sounds like a lot, but we're making 2 pies, don't forget. So don't panic. Besides, it's pie, for crying out loud. You don't want to get chintzy on butter when you're making pies, right? Okay, I have rolled and rolled and rolled these crumbs, and they look pretty good. I'm gonna turn my bag over. Oh, yes. Hey, you know what I just thought about? If you were a banana and chocolate kind of person, I better not say this out loud because my husband's gonna wish that I had done it this way. But you could do little chocolate wafers in this and do a chocolate crust with your banana cream pie filling on the inside. Wouldn't that be so good? Okay, so here's what I've got. It's shortbread. And they are nice and fine and powdery. Can you see that? No big clumps. Good deal. Okay, got a big mixing bowl here. So what this recipe is, for these 2 crusts, it's 2/3 a cup of white sugar, and then 3 cups of crumbs. Cross your fingers. I hope this doesn't make a big mess, but it may. Here's 1. Okay, there's 1. Here's 2. 2 cups. I'm afraid if I dump it, it's going to fall all at once, and then we're going to be in big trouble, aren't we? Okay, 2. And here's the 3rd. Perfect. Oh, y'all, that worked just right. Okay, so just so you know, 2 packages of these shortbread cookies from Pepperidge Farm makes exactly 3 cups. I actually thought we might even have a little left over, but it was perfect. Love when that happens, like love it. Okay, so I have the crumbs and the sugar, and then here on my stove, I have melted the butter. And I have used unsalted butter here because we didn't want the salt in this crust. We want it to be a sweet crust, okay? And this is my neat little warmer that I have at Euna Mae's that I use a lot around here to melt that butter and do all kinds of things. Oh my gosh. When that butter hits those crumbs and it's sweet and it's just, oh, good, good, good. Okay, and I'm just tossing this together with my long skinny spoon till it is well combined. And then I have 2 8-inch pie plates. Let's talk about pie plates really quickly. Not all pie plates are created equal, okay? There's this new thing where it seems like almost every pie dish that you find on the shelf is big, like real big and really deep. And those are really great for like maybe apple pies, I don't know, some other pies. But you really need a good little thin, classic 8-inch pie dish. It is what our grandmothers used. It's what most pie recipes call for. So go ahead and get you a couple of little shallow good ones like that, like we have at Euna Mae's. So you can put your good crust in there. We're gonna press these in when we get back. This is Cooking Today.
Iced tea, sponsored by Lipton.
Hi, welcome back. It's Banana Cream Pie Day. Like not just here, but like in the country. Somebody named today National Banana Cream Pie Day. So guess what we're making? Banana cream pie. Pies, we're making 2. Because once you're making 1, you might as well make 2, right? So what I've got here is we rolled 2 bags of shortbread cookies to make 3 cups of crumb. Mixed it in with some butter. Mixed it in with a little white sugar. And now I've already patted it into 1 pie dish. This is an 8-inch pie dish. And we are patting this into this other pie dish. And then these are going to bake for just about 5 or 7 minutes at 375 in the oven. And they'll kind of dry out a little bit, get a little bit crisp. And these don't have to be perfection. A crumb crust never is. That's kind of the fun of it. Okie doke, so there that is, kind of patted in nice and evenly, up just about the same all the way around on the sides. Oop, I got a little hole there. Let's patch that up. Okay, pretty little pie crust, wasn't that easy? And like I said, there's a great, great store-bought pie crust on the shelf in the baking aisle. That is a shortbread crust. There's also a graham crust and a chocolate crust that you could actually buy and cut out a whole lot of time. But these are awful pretty, look. You want to smell them. Butter and cookies. can't go wrong with butter and cookies. Okay, so we have 375. I'm going to stick those in there. And they're not baking. They're just kind of, drying out and crisping a little bit. So I'm going to set my timer because it would be sad if we burned those, wouldn't it? Okie doke. So what we're going to do next is make our filling. So easy. And the stuff that's in this is so creamy. You're just going to love it. Love it, love it. I'm going to grab my cutting board because we're going to actually have to make or cut about 6 bananas. And I have made this several ways before, and I actually have landed on this way. And I'll tell you why. A lot of times you'll slice bananas and kind of layer it like a lasagna, kind of, like a layer of the cream, a layer of banana, a layer of the cream. But sometimes I feel like you just don't get a bite. You don't get a bite of banana in every, spoonful. And I want a bite of banana in every spoonful. So we're going to actually do 6 bananas, and I'm going to chop them. And instead of layering them, I'm going to just stir it right into our filling. So then that way, every single bite has a piece of banana in it. These are, oh, this is fun, y'all. One time I made this, we had these painters that were painting Euna Mae's when we were, opening our store. And God love them. It was cold. They'd been there for days. And of course, I went in, all eager every day to kind of check and see what they were doing and being friendly and all that. And I mean, they were working long past sundown, and So I made these pies. And since it makes 2, I thought, you know what? I'll just run one of these down to that sweet painter, because he was like a young man. And I knew he had a family. He'd already told me about that. And so anyway, I ran this pie down to him, and he actually ate. He took it home, came back the next day, and he said, where did you get that pie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6. Where'd you get that pie? And I said, I made it. Y'all, he couldn't even believe it. So it either says one of two things. Nobody in his house can cook, or it was really, really good. So I'm going to go with it was really, really good, because it blew him away that I had made this pie. He really loved it. And I just love being able to share food. That's why I love to double this recipe so much. There we go. And I'm just going to, what I do on these is I just kind of slice them real quick. And I don't go crazy and chop them up like I would chop an onion or a garlic. But I just run my knife right down that little group of slices, just to break them up in the middle, just so you're kind of almost just cutting them in half. And if the pieces are small, then I don't even cut them. And like I said, this is just my preference, because I like to have a piece of banana in all of my bites. So anyway, I do love, this is a great one to share. And it stays looking good. You know how sometimes pie doesn't stay looking very good? Kind of gets weepy and yucky looking. This one is beautiful and refrigerates really, really well. But it doesn't last very long, I'll tell you that. It doesn't really last long enough, I guess, to go bad. It is so creamy. And you know what else is kind of a surprise? Is that it doesn't have banana pudding in it. We actually use vanilla pudding, so that it's not crazy, crazy, crazy banana. It actually has vanilla pudding in it, so that really when you're tasting the banana, you're getting the banana bite. Not a banana pudding. Okay, we're almost there. And then we've got all kinds of good ingredients. We have cream cheese that is getting room temperature. We have Cool Whip that is becoming room temperature and nice and thawed. And we have sweetened condensed milk. I know, don't we love it? We'll put it all together when we get back. This is Cooking Today. Hi, we're back. We're making banana cream pie today because it's National Banana Cream Pie Day. It's a great day, isn't it? Our crusts that we made are actually just about finished. We have maybe about a minute or so. So let's be listening for the beep, and we'll take them out and let them cool. We're going to make our filling. So all this is just a small box of vanilla pudding, and then 1.5 cups of half and half. Yum, it makes it so creamy. And we're going to give this just a quick whisk, and we kind of want to work on this before it turns to kind of that Jell-O. You know how Jell-O is thin at first and then it sets up? So we want to kind of work quickly. There are our crusts. Right when I said we have to work quickly on our pudding. Okay, here we go. We're going to grab these out real fast and let them cool. Oh, heavens. They are beautiful. Golly, they smell so good. I'm just going to set that right there. Set that right there. Pretty, pretty, pretty. They got nice and golden. Okay, we're going to leave those there. We've got our pudding mix going right here with our half and half. Okay? And then we're going to actually put in this little carton. It is the small one. It's the only one I've ever seen. 14 ounce of sweetened condensed milk. I could lick that lid. I'm a sweets girl. I don't struggle that much with nibbling on the salty, but you put me in a room with sweets, and I'm not very ladylike. I kind of lose it. I love it. Okay, here's our sweetened condensed milk. Okay. We're going to whisk that together. So we can't go wrong with what we've got so far, right? Pudding half and half and sweetened condensed milk. Okay. And then I have a block of room temperature cream cheese. And what I'm going to do real quick is give this just a little chop with my knife so that we kind of have it more in cubes instead of putting one big chunk down inside there. Oh yeah, super, super soft. See how easily my knife cut that? Like smushy. So I'm going to drop these in there, and then we're going to whisk those like crazy. We want that to be pretty smooth. We don't want there to be clumps. You could also do this with a hand mixer. If you have a hand mixer that you want to use, I'm just kind of a whisk girl. I'd rather do with just a little bit of elbow grease than have to clean one more thing. Usually my motivation. Okay. Almost ready, and then we're going to whisk. And as a matter of fact, I'm using a whisk that we have at Euna Mae's. We can hardly keep them in stock. They are dough whisks. So they're flat. So when you're mixing something kind of thick like this, it doesn't get all clumped up inside like a balloon whisk. You know your balloon whisks sometimes, whatever you're mixing, especially if it's thick, gets kind of caught up all inside there in a ball, and you end up having to slam it or open those little, pieces up and kind of work all that out. So I'm using this little flat whisk. Look, ta-da. Can you see it? I'm going to move back over here, and we're going to break up this cream cheese a little bit. And I'm going to just do this kind of up against the wall of my mixing bowl to kind of give me something to mash it against. See that? Kind of mashing it. Ooh, the crusts are good. They smell awesome. I always kind of look for a little pinch. What could I kind of pinch off and eat that nobody would miss if I nibbled it off? Okay, so we're getting that going. And then we also have a container of Cool Whip. I use whole ingredients when I'm making pies. I know that you could absolutely lighten this whole entire pie up. You could use light milk, some kind of like low-fat milk for the half and half. You could use sugar-free pudding if you wanted. And you could use the fat-free sweetened condensed milk. And you could use fat-free Cool Whip if you wanted to. I would love for somebody to try that, as a matter of fact. Why didn't somebody try like a completely light version of this? Then send me a picture. I would love to hear a review of what that was like. Okay, so we've got this mixed. Pretty smooth. Okay, and now we're just going to put in our Cool Whip. And we don't want to just whisk this like crazy. We kind of want to fold and turn it. We don't want to just whisk it to death. Just want to kind of fold it in and keep it light. And this is easy. Look, we're just opening things, dumping it in. Ooh, I'm going to get all that. All of that right there. Okay, so I'm kind of folding. You know what folding is? Folding is where you kind of take what's on the bottom and turn it over back onto its top. So I'm going to keep stirring this up. Then we're going to add our bananas. When we come back, we're going to fill our beautiful pies with a fun little something on the top. A little bit different because it's cooking today. Hello, we're wrapping up banana cream pie day. I have got our filling. Our crusts have cooled. They are so smelling good. We're gonna stir in a little vanilla into our filling, our good Euna Mae's vanilla. And then I'm going to put in our bananas. This is just 6 chopped bananas. Wasn't this easy? So can you even believe that we're doing this little work and we're getting 2 pies out of it? Amazing. You're gonna really love this. Some people are not banana people, and I'm fully aware of that. But you sure ought to try this before you decide that you're not a banana person. This one might win you over. Good, good, good. And we're gonna whisk these in and pour them in our pies. Now these are gonna need to cool. They're gonna need to cool a while before you cut and serve them because that cream cheese needs to get nice and firm again. And that pudding needs to get nice and firm. See my dough whisk, how nice this is, this flat whisk. Nothing's getting stuck, but I'm still able to kind of get it all incorporated. Okay, you ready to put it in our crusts? Here we go. We're gonna try to be equal if we can. We're gonna do a little in that one. Cannot wait to lick the bowl. A little in that one. I think we need a little more in this one. This is just an eyeball. There's no fancy measurement required. That looks good to me. And then I'm gonna smooth this out. And then my very favorite part of this whole pie has got to be that I take white chocolate macadamia nut cookies and crumble them right on top. Look at this. You can just get these at the grocery. So that when you're eating that yummy creamy pie, you get another little bite of this crumb, a little bite of white chocolate, and a little nut. Oh my goodness, so good. Try this at home. Love every bite. Happy Banana Cream Pie Day. This is Cooking Today.
Coffee sponsored by West Rock Coffee Company. Kitchenware is provided by Euna Mae. Groceries provided by Harps, Hometown Fresh.